Welcome, everyone. This is Mr. Simone from Floral Park Memorial High School, and I am here to provide you with a very brief video presentation on the basic foundation of our political spectrum. In order for you to fully comprehend American history this year, as well as becoming lifelong learners and well informed citizens, I think it is very critical for you to understand the differences between liberal and conservative ideologies and also the varying views that appear all throughout the political spectrum. And I do understand politics is not everybody's favorite topic, as you can see by selection of images I posted here. But I feel like that's unfortunate because the role of government has played really a critical role in the development of our country. And just because maybe the last, let's say, 15 or 20 years have been, summarized by very poor opinion on politicians does not mean that politics cannot serve a valuable role in society. So I'm going to really simplify this because then we're going to expand on it in class tomorrow. But just so you understand, this is what I could be doing. This, as I don't expect you to look at right now, just is a phenomenal slide on all the different ways we can be analyzing left and right government views, liberal, conservative, and then, of course, from the American perspective, Democrats and Republicans. But we are going to skip that right now, and we're going to keep this as basic as possible. What is the difference between a liberal and conservative ideology? Since we read from left to right, I'm going to start left from right, and I'll start with liberals. So, generally speaking, if you are a more liberally minded person, economically you believe that the government should be more involved in regulating business and the government should do more to provide opportunities for people. So it's a more of a hands-on approach to the government in regards to the economy. I can give you plenty of examples, but we're going to save that for class. This is where you're just going to hopefully understand the foundation. However, liberals also believe that the government should not interfere with people's personal freedoms. That would be in regards to topics such as maybe gay marriage, abortion, legalization of drugs. So, more government involvement in the economy, but less interference in people's personal lives. And you can see from the cartoon here, I tried to pick one for each. This one, a corporation laid me off, a corporation took my house, corporate cash is corrupting democracy, corporation denied my claim, corporations track my every move, I hate the government. This cartoon is mocking people who blame the government when in reality the government is the one that should be regulating the corporations to promote more opportunities and more equality. So I hope that that's a good solid foundation for you for liberal views. Now we're going to go to conservative views. Now conservatives, it really is going to be flipped. So conservatives want less government regulation of the economy. Those of you that might remember this from probably every year you've been in school, the term laissez-faire, limited government, hands off. Conservatives believe that the economy should be left alone, and then the free market is what will help uplift people. If you choose not to buy a product, then that business will, you know, run out, and other businesses will rise up. So it's much more of a personal responsibility mindset for conservatives. Let the free market dictate what decisions are made. However, on social issues, conservative ideology tends to promote more strict rules on certain behavior, more involvement in regulating morality, I would say, and it would be the opposite of the views I explained to you before. So that's the foundation. That's what, oh, and I should have done this here. Here's JFK in 1961. Ask not what your country can do for you, and he would finish it with ask what you can do for your country. But conservatives are mocking the fact that today, people would say, liberals would say, demand what your country can do for you. And entitlements are programs like health insurance, welfare, unemployment insurance, Social Security. We will get to all of that. So again, I don't want to confuse you. But I hope you have the basic foundation, the basic picture here. Again, liberals want more government involvement in the economy to promote equality, to promote opportunities for people, but want less government in people's personal lives. Conservatives want less government involvement in the economy, let the free market regulate decisions, but they do sometimes want more regulation on social issues. Now, please understand, this is ideology. You do not need to subscribe to one exclusively or the other. It's being able to identify what is a more conservative or a more liberal view. So if somebody calls himself a conservative, it doesn't mean that he doesn't hold liberal views. If somebody calls herself a liberal, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have conservative views. For example, somebody might be extremely liberal on all issues, however, believes more in pro-life and is against abortion, so that person holds a conservative view on one issue. Conversely, somebody could be conservative on all issues, but believes that gay marriage should be legal and is liberal on that issue. So it's not an either or. It's being able to identify and being able to connect. Really, what I'm looking for is for you to be able to connect conservative or liberal tags to the policies that have gone on all throughout the 200 plus years of American history. Now, once you understand that, then you're going to see how political scientists are able to, let's say, illustrate the political spectrum. Here's one more simplified version. And as you'll see, and I'll explain this in class, left is liberal, right is conservative, but there is, varying degrees. So the further left you go, the closer you get to socialism and communism. We will explore this in class. The further right you go, further you get to fascism. So that's one example of how a college professor could teach you the political spectrum. Here's another one, which obviously is different. And here we are now going to put the term socialists and libertarians into play. So if you believe in less government across the board, you believe the government should stay out of the economy, economic freedom, personal responsibility, but you also think the government rather, should stay out of your social life, then now you're crossing between liberal and conservative. You have one of each. That would be called a libertarian. What if you think the government should get involved in both aspects of your life? Now you're more socialistic, possibly. I could also put here populist, which we'll go over. I could also put here authoritarian. This just happened to be the image I found, and it's the beginning of the school year, and I wanted to get this done. So again, the ones we learned about, liberals want more economic regulation, but want more social freedom. Conservatives want less economic regulation, but more social, let's say, traditional values. So I hope this helps. And then just to end it on a very confusing note, this is what I could be giving you, but we're not ready for any of this yet. So that's why I wrote here to be continued. Please understand that this is not something you're going to pick up and absorb quickly. Every one of you is going to be at a different level of understanding. Some of you probably know this already. For others, this is a complete introduction. My job is to be able to build on it as the year goes on. And the best way to get a solid understanding, ask questions whenever possible. You'll hear me say that all the time. So I enjoyed our first video for the school year of 2017-2018, and I will see you all in class tomorrow. Take care.